We overplay the abortion card, and when you're doing that in an 80% Catholic community, it's not very effective. Yeah, this is coming from a Democratic congressman from southern Texas. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself. And before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. Let's get into it because Donald Trump has completely reshaped the map, and I know that seems like common sense, like, yeah, he won the popular vote. He won every single swing state. Hell, he did good in places like New York, New Jersey, Virginia. Of course he reshaped the map. That's why he did so good. But I don't think people really understand the true impact of this realignment, because it's much bigger than just, oh, he did slightly better with a couple groups and that's it. No. This article for Politico really demonstrates why this realignment is just not just a tiny shift towards Trump with like one demographic. No. There is a true realignment happening in America. So let's get into it. Donald Trump's surge among Latino voters is upending the American political map. Republicans and Democrats alike had largely assumed the battlefield was set, with a small number of competitive congressional districts drawn just a few years ago. But Trump's improvements with the Hispanic community, one of the most dramatic shifts emerging for the 2024 election, is blowing all of that up, leaving Republicans plotting how to capitalize on Trump's success, and Democrats scrambling to keep a once loyal demographic in the fold. Now, the fact that neither party realized that, oh yeah, Hispanics were really shifting Republican is absolutely pathetic, especially on the Republican side. Like, what? Did you guys not learn from 2020 that, yeah, Trump did way better with Hispanics? What do you mean this was such a big surprise? Now, you could argue the magnitude of this shift was a surprise. I'm not denying that. Like, I don't think anyone thought that Trump was going to win a place like Hidalgo. No one thought he was going to win a place like Cameron by that much. Starr by 16. Hell, he did way better in places like El Paso, places like Harris County, even Travis County. He did way better with Hispanics everywhere, not just in Florida, not just in Texas, in every state. New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, California, everywhere. There was a dramatic shift towards Trump with the Hispanic vote. But there were trends back in 2020, even 2022, that, yeah, these Hispanic voters, they are shifting towards Republican Party, at least towards Trump. And that's the one catch to all of this. Trump was the only one to see this type of success. Now, Republicans down ballot, they did do better with Hispanic voters, but let's be honest. Trump ran it up with Hispanic voters across the board. Well, Democrats, or I should say Republicans, they failed. I mean, they did better with them compared to 2020, but that's not really saying much when Trump got like 45, 46% of the vote, and they got like, what, 35%? Nowhere is this upheaval more evident than the emerging House battlegrounds. Among the heavily Hispanic areas that rapidly shifted to the right in their presidential votes this year, a district that Republicans drew to combine two Democrat seats together in Texas' Rio Grande Valley, a district in northern New Jersey that Joe Biden carried by 19 points, and a Central Valley district that twice rejected Trump by double-digit margins. And funny enough, Trump either won all these districts, or in New Jersey's case, I think he barely lost it by like 2 to 3 points or something very close. But in every single race, Republicans failed. They didn't win a single one of these races anywhere. Even the ones that Trump won, like in the Central Valley of California. He did so good here, yet by some miracle, John Duarte lost. Trump won Fresno. He won a place like Mercer County. But John Duarte, the electable Republican, did so bad that despite the fact Trump won California's 13th by like 5 or 6 points, John Duarte lost. So, again, Trump won these areas. He ran it up in every one of these seats, but Republicans down ballot, yeah, they did better with these voters, but they didn't win these seats that they should have won. There's definitely a realignment going on in American politics, and these voters are increasingly winnable, said Don Constant, the president of the Congressional Leadership Fund, the largest House GOP super PAC. We would be foolish not to compete for them. Why the hell did you not compete for them this year? Why? Are you saying that you ignored the fact that, oh yeah, Hispanics in 2020 and 2022, they're trending Republican, but no, we're going to ignore these districts in the name of winning, I don't know, Northern Virginia? I mean, what do you mean that they're becoming more winnable? We would be foolish not to compete for them. You were foolish this year for losing places like California 13th, losing the Rio Grande Valley. I mean, this idea that, oh, now we know about this is bullshit. We've known for years, whether it's polling, voter registration, even past election results, these voters have been shifting more and more Republican. But the Congressional Leadership Fund, they're saying, well, we didn't know about that, is bullshit. The early data suggests he's right. A swath of districts with significant Latino populations swung hard to the right in 2024. And while the precise extent of that shift is unclear, because votes are still being tallied, one thing has become apparent to both parties. Seats that used to be moderately favorable to Democrats now look far more competitive, and seats that were once safely blue are now coming onto the map. Which, that's the biggest takeaway. It's not just a couple House seats in southern Texas and that's it. No, you have places in California, New Jersey, New York, New Mexico, everywhere. These areas have been Democrat for generations. But Trump did so good here that if Republicans were smart and they were able to capitalize on this, these areas could be the new battlegrounds. These could be potential pickup opportunities in like 10 years or so. Democrats are warning that they need to overhaul their strategy in these districts. Congressman Vicente Gonzalez, who holds a South Texas district drawn to be safely Democrat, lamented the party's very progressive messaging that turned off voters in his relatively conservative community. One crucial example, we overplayed the abortion card, and when you're doing that in an 80% Catholic community, it's not very effective. Yeah, this is coming from a Democratic congressman from southern Texas. Not some random Republican, no. This is coming from Vicente Gonzalez, who represents Texas 34th. He is saying the issue of abortion costed them support. Imagine saying that just a couple of years ago. That's what he's saying here. He's saying, hey, the average Hispanic voter, they don't care about abortion. Especially when it's an 80% Catholic community. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to make your entire campaign about abortion. But not only that, people care about the economy, immigration, foreign policy. They don't really care about the issue of abortion. But Democrats, they were so delusional that they really thought if they talked about abortion, these voters would automatically vote Democrat. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. I hope we're learning our lessons and we're able to adjust and pivot and win next cycle, he said. Do we want to be in the majority? If we do, we need to change our game plan because what we did didn't work. I mean, I'm shocked that a Democrat's saying this. Not just in private. He is admitting this to the world that, yeah, our messaging on abortion, not just at the economy, but on abortion, is hurting Democrats in the Hispanic community. I find that hilarious, by the way, that of all issues, the issue of abortion might be what hurts Democrats in the Hispanic vote. I just can't get over that. I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. It's a very Catholic vote. And on top of that, these voters, they care about the economy, immigration. The only people that care about abortion are white, upscale liberals, especially suburban women. That's who cares about abortion. Not the average Hispanic voter from, say, the Rio Grande Valley. They don't care about abortion, at least compared to white liberals. Republicans will have a wider path to grow their House majority if they can figure out how to take advantage of Trump's inroads in these Latino-heavy areas in Nevada, New Mexico, South Texas, Central California, and Florida. And that's the biggest question. Can Republicans replicate the success? It's clear as day Trump can. Trump got like 45, 46% Hispanics, and if these trends continue, there's a chance come 2028, if Trump was able to run again, he could win the majority of Hispanics, or at least even a plurality. I'm not saying he for sure would, but the trends are looking very good for Trump. But the question is, can these trends translate down ballot? And that's my one concern. These Hispanic voters, they voted for Trump. They love Trump. They support his agenda. They vote for Trump. But they don't necessarily vote for Republicans. Like some do. Like, yeah, some of these voters, they become straight ticket Republicans. I understand that. But the problem is, they're not voting all for Trump and Republicans. No, the majority of them, they're voting for Trump, but they may not vote for the Republican for House or some state legislative race. That's the biggest problem. Trump's victory shattered pre-existing notions about party coalitions and reshaped how we look at the House map for 2026, said Congressman Richard Hudson, the head of the House Republicans campaign arm. Where the hell were you at in 2024? We've been screaming, not just for months, but for years now that, hey, the Rio Grande Valley, districts in Central California, these areas are competitive. Spend money here. We've been saying this for years now, but Republicans, they ignored it. For whatever reason, they've refused to invest anything in these areas. Like, they invested some here and there, but with how competitive these House seats really were, if they would have spent a bunch of money, and not on Larry Hogan in Maryland, if they would have spent that money in southern Texas, in Florida, in the Central Valley of California, you're looking at potentially 3 or 4 more House seats that could have flipped. The good news for Democrats, Trump's rightward lurch in 2024 wasn't at the top of their incumbents in those places. Though it likely helped some Republican members hang on, Republicans know that Trump's success doesn't always trickle down the ballot. Which, thank God they finally realized this. I mean, they've been thinking for years that, oh, we don't need Trump on the ballot to win. Well, it turns out, yeah, you do. For Republicans to win an election in the year 2024, they need Trump. Because these voters would have said, F you, I'm either not voting, or hell, I may just vote for, the Democrats. So it does seem like some Republicans realize that, wait, these voters, they voted for Trump. Trump won these areas that no other Republican has won in hundreds of years. But at the same time, Democrats down ballot won these areas easily? Maybe these voters, they're Trump voters, but not Republicans. If Republicans deliver on some of the things that we promised, then I think it could be long-term, said Congressman Tony Gonzalez, who represents a sprawling West Texas border district that has shifted to the right in recent years. But this isn't all of a sudden now they're Republicans for life, no matter what we do. The fact is, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Tony Gonzalez is right here. Tony Gonzalez is right. Now, let's be clear. Tony Gonzalez is a hack. He sucks on the issue of immigration. And I guarantee you, what he thinks as a promise is mass amnesty. That's Tony Gonzalez for you. He's the type of Republican to think, oh, these voters love amnesty. They love mass immigration. So if we double down on that, we're going to win these voters over. Even though Trump did the best with Hispanics, quite possibly ever, by running on securing the border. But at least Tony Gonzalez kind of understands that, wait, these voters, they're not voting Republican down ballot. They might here and there, but the vast, at least a chunk of them, they're voting for Trump, but that's it. They're not voting for Tony Gonzalez. They're not voting for Flores in southern Texas. They are voting for Trump, and that's it. Now, we will see what happens in 2026, 2028, when Trump's off the ballot. But if Republicans are smart, which that's a big ask of them to be smart, but if they grow a brain and just have average IQ, no, even below average IQ, they would realize, run on Trump's messaging, run on securing the border, run on the MAGA agenda. If you do that and run candidates worth a damn, not John Duarte types, you can win these voters over. Now, will they actually do this? I don't know. I'm just shocked, though, that some Democrats, they're realizing that, wait, running on abortion might have actually hurt them with Hispanic voters, which if that's the case, I would laugh hysterically at that, because that would be the biggest backfire of 2024. If you baked your entire campaign on abortion and it hurt you with Hispanics, not just short-term, but possibly long-term, that would be just absolutely hilarious. Now, we will see what happens. Will Republicans adopt this new coalition? I don't know. The Republican Party, they're not known for making good decisions, but it does seem like the party is getting better. They are realizing kind of that these are Trump voters, they're not Republicans. So you got to convince them to vote Republican, because if you don't, some here and there might vote for you, but a large chunk of them, they're going to say, screw you. I'm not going to vote for Republicans. I'm not going to vote for the party of Bush. I'm going to either not vote or I'm going to vote for the Democrat. That's my one concern, but it does seem like Republicans, they kind of realize that. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.